Bodhi College was set up a few years ago, largely, I think, to give people who have had a lot of retreat experience a much more in-depth understanding of the early Buddhist tradition from which a lot of these forms of meditation, like mindfulness and vipassana, have their roots. The course that I'm running primarily is called Secular Dharma, and this is a program that began last year. We're now coming to the end of that course. And it's been an attempt really to articulate a form of the Dharma that is not tied to any particular religious belief, nor is it an approach that is concerned with what happens after death, but it's very much how do we apply these core principles and practices and ethical ideas in the context of the world we live in together on this planet, in this time, focusing very much on the suffering and the conflicts that people experience both individually and socially in the world of the early 21st century. Well, this course focuses on that and takes the Four Noble Truths as a set of tasks, of practices, to orient the student towards a more secular approach to the Dharma.
So we have set up a number of programs in the years that we've been running so far. And one of these is a committed practitioner program. And this is designed really for people who have a good background in retreat experience, but it allows people to have a sort of continuum, a kind of continuity of investigation and exploration. So we have several 5-day modules every year, a study practice retreat. Each person on the program has a mentoring teacher. They have a source book that they work with where they do more reading of the discourses, questions that apply to their lives outside of retreats. And this is a program I love to teach. I see people in it so much deepening their understanding over the duration of the program. So many who deepen in a kind of a genuine curiosity and interest about what the teachings really say, what they have to offer, how they can transform their lives. And I think we're now in the 4th rotation of this program that lasts around 20 months.
The 3rd of the programs of Bodhi College is the Mindfulness Teachers Development Program. And it is specifically geared to people who are teaching in the mindfulness-based intervention world. This comes from a need. People who are living in this world are highly aware, or at least some of the people, the ones generally we meet most with, are highly aware that the teachings of mindfulness have a Buddhist psychological background, and we have created a program that does justice to this, contextualizing the mindfulness teachings, addressing Buddhist psychological topics in a language of psychological reflection, in a language that is not solely in Pali, but actually translated into both culturally translated and linguistically translated into terminology that makes sense of early Buddhist teachings, and particularly the psychological aspects of those teachings for people who train other people in mindfulness. This is designed within about 2 years. It has 4 modules. The first one is dedicated to the contextualization of the notion of mindfulness. The second one speaks about dukkha, the existential challenges. The third one is about the construction of experience, the teachings on khandhas and dependent arising. And the fourth one is dedicated to the Brahma Viharas, the 4 states of universal empathy. This is a very dense program. It consists of study modules, and the practical setting is half retreat and half study. We also would like to have this not as a substitute for retreat and meditation practice. We're all retreat and meditation teachers to boot. We would like this as a complement. Yeah. We are conscious that there is so much Buddhist teaching, relevant, germane Buddhist teaching that doesn't fit into a retreat format. And we were looking for a way to convey these teachings and help people to connect with these teachings outside of a classical 8 to 10 day silent retreat format.
And I think we're trying to almost redefine our understanding or even our associations with the word study, which certainly in this culture has a sort of an association of absorbing information and being able to regurgitate it, being able to learn or memorize. The kind of teaching that we do it's far more reflective, it's far more contemplative. It's really trying to integrate learning, very deep learning, with how then that would manifest in the ways that we live our lives and how we engage with the world around us.